All right, it's the start of the year and it's time to start setting up your weighted grading scheme for your semester. Let's get to it. Our first step is to come up here in the upper left-hand corner and choosing PowerTeacher Pro to log into the PowerTeacher site. Once it loads up, you want to be going to settings on your left-hand menu here. So click on settings, and then on that sub-menu, select traditional grade calculations. That takes you to this page. On this page, you'll see a list of all your courses. And what we'll be doing now is we'll be setting up the grading scheme or the weighting scheme for the semesters and within each semester. Before we move on, I want to make two important notes. Number one, this won't work if you haven't already created your categories. So if you haven't done that yet, please go back and view the other video, which will be a link will be appearing up here in the upper right-hand corner here. So go ahead, click on that, go back and create your categories, and then come back to this video and continue on. That's point one. And point two, make sure that you're working with your department heads and double checking with everything that you're all on the same page for your grading schemes and your weighting, especially if you're working on a course that is taught with a partner teacher. Please remember that yourself and your partner teacher have to have the same weighting scale for each course that you teach. Okay, having said that, let's move on and set up the weights for our semesters. Okay, so you'll notice first right away that yours will look a little different than mine. If you're logging in for the first time, you'll basically be having some kind of message in this section here stating that you haven't set this up. That's okay, because we're going to be doing that now. Okay, so what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be setting up the weighted scale for semester one. Basically, how much of semester one is going to be made up from G1 and E1. Okay, in my particular class, I have 85% is set up for G1, and the exam at Christmas time is 15% for E1. Okay, so what you want to be doing is for S1, you want to be coming over here to the left-hand side and clicking on the pencil. Once that dialog box opens up, you want to be selecting this drop-down list and choose term weighting. So we're setting up how the semester is graded. Okay, mine opened up on E1, and so I'm going to click on that drop-down list and select G1 here and set up how much of G1 is worth. So G1 is worth, as I mentioned, 85%. So that means my assignments that I do throughout the year make up 85% of that semester grade. Okay, so then I want to be setting up my E2 now. So I click the plus here, drop down list, again, term weighting, and I select E1 and then set that up to be 15. Okay, and then now you can see that I have 85% of my grade is coming from G1 and 15% of that grade is coming from E1. Okay, that's great. That's exactly what I want. Come down here to the bottom and hit save. Okay, you can see that S1 here updates where it says term weighting. Okay, now what I want to do is go into G1 and set up how much each category is worth within G1. Okay, so I'm going to be coming in here, click on the pencil in the action column, and in that drop down list over here, I want to be selecting category weighting. Okay, and I'm going to be selecting my application. I'm going to be selecting this one here. Now, this is the categories that we made previously in my other video. Okay, so that is worth 60% of my grade. So each assignment, 60% of each assignment is worth of the application grade, okay, that category. So I'm going to click plus here to add my other categories. Come down here and choose category weighting. You'll notice that it's moving down my list, so it selects knowledge as the next thing underneath application. That's great. Update that to be 30% of my grade. Okay, hit plus, add my fourth category, so category weighting, sorry, my third category, attention to detail, double check, yep. Just following the math department standards here. 5% for that category, and again, plus category weighting. Double check that, yep, that's the category I wish to be setting up right now, and change its percentage. And then you can see now that I do have 100%, 60, 30 is 90, plus my 10. So yeah, 100% of my grade is done. So this means, just to review here, that for my G1, 60% of that G1 calculation is coming from this category, 30% is coming from this category, and 5% from the other two, making 100%. So of my S1 grade, which is 85% of G1, that 85% for semester one is made up here. Okay, that's where 85% of the grade is coming from. So I'm going to click save. That's exactly what I want. And you can see that I've updated. It says category weighting. For my E1, that's my skills-based assessment that I give for the exam in Christmas time. And I'm going to go over here and select actions. And that's just the standard exam that we give. So that's given on a scale of 100 points. So whatever you get on that test of 100 points gets translated into a percentage of 15% for the semester. So I'm just going to make sure it's total points. I'm not using any of my categories here. It's just an exam, and it's worth 100 points. So I'm going to hit save, and that's done. So you can see that G1 is made up of 85% of our categories. The other 15% that we set up here in S1 is coming from my E1, which is my test. Okay. Now, what I want to be doing is I'm basically going to be repeating the same process that I did here for S1, and I want to repeat that for S2. Okay, so it's really important that you don't forget to do S2. Okay, now what I could do is I could come down here and repeat the process of clicking on the action pencils for each section here and click on all those buttons, but there is an easier way to do this. There is a copy method up here. So in the upper corner up here, the top right corner, click on the clog and then just select the copy traditional grade calculations, select that. And I'm going to be copying within my class from S1 to S2, from G1 to G2, and E1 to E2. Okay, so it's just within my class. So I select this option here within the class, and then I have to select which class I want to copy from. So I'm going to be selecting this one, number 1, AP Computer Science. That's the class I've been working on over here. Okay, and which term am I going to be copying? I'm going to be copying S1. Okay, now where am I going to be copying that to? We're copying that down to S2. So within the AP Computer Science 1 class, I'm going to be copying from S1 down to S2. Okay, hit validate, and I get a little summary here saying, is this what you want to do? You want to copy from S1 to S2? Okay, yes. This is a really good thing to make sure it's there, because if you have made a mistake, as you noticed, I'll click the previous button here, it says recalculate final grade. So they're just double checking to make sure, is this what you really want to do? Because this will affect the grade. Okay, so we're going to hit validate. Yep, that's exactly what I want for my summary. I'm going to hit copy, and then you'll notice down here S2 has been updated. Let's just double check, click on the pencil, and yeah, sure enough, 8515 is there. That's perfect. And now I want to repeat that process for G1 and E1. So for G2 and E2. So I come up here and I click on the copy button, the clog, copy traditional, copying within a class from this particular class I'm working on, 1 AP Computer Science, reporting term. Now I'm going to be doing G1, and I'm going to be copying G1 down to G2. Okay, hit validate, go over the summary. Yes, I'm going from computer science to computer science, and recalculate. Yes, recalculate the grades, G1, G2, perfect, copy. Okay, and you can see that that is updated as well. Just double check, gonna click on the pencil. Yep, sure enough, 100%, great. And the E2, I'm just gonna simply do that on my own because it's a little easier than clicking the copy, a little less steps. I'm just gonna click on the E2 pencil and then type in 100%, validate, save. Okay, so I've set up my course here. Now you'll notice here underneath, I have another section of the same course, okay? So we are going to be copying everything that we just did from my first course here down to the second course, okay? So what I want to be doing is come up here, clicking on the clog, copy traditional grade calculations, click on that. And this time, rather than selecting within a class, I'm going to be selecting to another class. So collect that. Now, what semester are you going to be copying from? I'm not going to be copying from semester. I'm just going to copy the entire year. So 2018-19, okay? So the entire year, from which class? I'm going to choose the AP Computer Science 1. And where I'm going to be copying it to? I'm going to be copying it, the term for the whole year. For which class? The 2 AP Computer Science. So notice over here I have the 1 and the 2. So I'm basically going to be going everything from 2018-19 and then for the 1 AP Computer Science class. I'm going to be copying all of that to the 2018-19 2 AP Computer Science course. Okay, hit validate. Double check the summary here. I'm going to be G1. It's going to be G2. G. Yep, that looks great. Okay, and copy. And after everything's done, look at that. Everything has been copied down to the second course. And then just randomly select G2 here in my semester 2. And yet, sure enough, 60, 30, 5, 5. Great. Okay, so that's how we've done that. So that's it. That's how you set up your grading scale for all of your courses. Hope this has helped. And if you have any questions, come visit me down in my room. Have a good one.